Today, Konami published its financial report card for the final 9 months of last year, and it looks like both the revenues and profits were up across the board, thanks to strong performance from the company's sports games. For the 9 months ending December 31st, Konami says it earned an operating profit of $39,361.7 million USD on revenues of $192.6 billion, a small but notable increase over the $38,553.4 million it earned on $178.7 billion, $6 billion in revenues during the same period last year. Konami's video games division, branded Digital Entertainment, usually accounts for the lion's share of the company's profits, and last year was no exception. During the 9-month period, Konami saw digital entertainment revenues of $105,971.3 million, roughly 18% more year-over-year. The company chalks up its rise in fortunes to strong sales of its soccer and baseball games, most notably Pro Evolution Soccer 2019, the mobile game Professional Baseball Spirit Size, and its chibi baseball Gamasutra Powerful Pro 2018. Elsewhere in the company, sales in the amusements business, which encompasses arcade machines, were down year-over-year due to a decrease in orders, which Konami says is due to the big club selling really well during the same period a year prior. Also, the company apparently opened 15 new table tennis schools and one new swimming studio. Capcom says the demo for its upcoming remake of Resident Evil 2 was downloaded over 3 million times since it went live on January 11th. The demo itself has an interesting quirk, dubbed the one-shot demo, the short slice of Resident Evil 2 gives players only 30 minutes to make their way through the enemies and puzzles in the game's early level. Once that 30-minute run is over, players cannot start the demo again on that same account. The downside to that limitation, however, is, inevitably, players quickly found ways around it that likely have inflated that 3 million download figure. Console players can make additional accounts to get a second, a third, or fourth shot, while PC players have found ways to trick the demo into allowing additional plays. Another interesting read on the demo comes from data shared on Capcom's Resident Evil Net website. Of those 3 million downloads, roughly 5 million players opted to enable Ringnet's play data tracker and help get more data on the demo's completion. For instance, only about 26% of those 5 million players completed the demo within the time limit. It looks as though tabletop games dominated Kickstarter in 2018, while successfully funded video game campaigns have declined. These figures might be useful for developers looking to take their projects to the platform in the future, as they might provide some perspective on what types of games have been succeeding. Kickstarter provided some data to public on showing a roughly 0% increase in funds raised by successful tabletop projects over the previous year. However, earnings for successfully funded video game projects were reportedly down for the third year in a row, with the decline being more noticeable this time around. The tabletop games category, including card games, board games, and tabletop role-playing games, was up $27.23 million,
A19
8% increase compared to 2017. For comparison, the video game category declined $1.45 million, 8% compared to 2017. Successful video game CAMPAIGNSAMAS a total of $15.8 million last year, compared to $17.25 million last year. That number is far lower than Kickstarter's all-time high for the video game category, which was back in 2015 at $41.5 million. According to the data provided by Kickstarter, a successful video game on the platform only earned $45.886. On the flip side, the successful tabletop game earned an average of $70.603. Spatelo's developer Improbable has published a final statement on Spatelo's and Unity, with the goal of summarizing the last day's worth of public back and forth between it and Unity. In the post, the company calls for Unity to clarify recent changes to its terms of service that have seemingly put Unity-based games that utilize Spatelos at risk. The post, which can be read in its entirety on Improbable's website, reiterates its original argument that changes to Unity's terms of service make it so that any owner or user of a managed service, like Spatelos in this case, can be potentially found in breach of Unity's terms, despite Unity's informal assurances that this is not the case. Improbable has already been found in violation of Unity's terms, a violation the company refutes in this latest post, and had its Unity licenses revoked as a result. So while Unity says that the those changes do not affect individual game developers with live or in-production Spatelos games, Improbable says that, with its Unity access cut off, it is no longer able to legally support those projects, fix Unity-centric bugs, or improve the service for those drags. Unity's post from yesterday, published in response to Improbable's original notice, outlines why the company says Spatelos devs do not need to be concerned with the falling out between the two companies. But, as Improbable argues now, the actual text of the TOS offers none of those same assurances. Unity has, in an update to that post, said it is currently working to make its TOS clearer. Currently, the lack of clarity in the terms of service for Unity and the ambiguity created by their subsequent statements places this and developers in a difficult situation, says Improbable. We urgently need clarity in order to move forward. Improbable goes on to note that it does not have technical arrangements with other engine makers like Crytek and Epic Games, and that commercial arrangements should not be prerequisite for services to run as intended. Our preference would be that Unity simply adopts industry standard practice and allows platforms to host the engine as was the case before the change in terms of service. Failing that, Unity must grant Improbable sufficient legal basis to protect its existing customers, or be honest with the community about the situation. Meanwhile, Improbable has teamed up with Epic Games to open a $25 million fund dedicated to helping Spatelos developers left in limbo by the new engine and service incompatibilities introduced by the Unity Improbable following out migrate from Unity to Unreal Engine. In this 2016 AD Europe talk, IO Interactive's Hans Seifert shares the highs and lows of transforming Hitman into an episodic release title. Seifert will share the risks and challenges pushing their art form forward, the required change of mind, the tremendous excitement and involvement of players, as well as the conservatism of self-proclaimed keepers of the status quo. It was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching. so developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it is freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for GD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like GD Vault, already have full access to GD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the GD Vault subscription page.